Heyo folks, this is Nif13 here, going over his battle logs and then reviewing some of the battles, highlights of the day. So here's a battle of me, basically matched up against some Scholar's team. This Scholar runs a team of Plant, Fish, and Mech, and I have my typical Beast Aqua Plant team. So let's take a look, shall we? I'm doing this video for friends and families alike who are wanting to get into Axie but don't quite know what's going on with Axie, so hopefully this video will provide some insight for you as to how the Axie works and how my strategy plans out. So let's go over my Axie very quickly. I have your standard tank for the plant setup, so a bit of shield, a bit of energy regen, and then I got my fish, which is essentially a idle hunter fish. The fish has one card here, which prioritizes idle targets, and I threw in a little bit of energy regen just to help out with the whole team synergy. My beast is not a true beast. This is a very budget team basically. Overall team cost is maybe around $600-$700 range US dollar. And then this my beast, you can see it doesn't have double knock crack. It's got a pierce sound instead, so a bit of a not optimal beast, I would say. Doesn't crit as much as you would like it to. The enemy's got a aggressive tank. Aggressive because of the single card prickly trap. With his low speed will always do bonus damage. He can still do the energy play, he can still shield, but the fact is his plant is able to do more damage than mine. A Terminator that he decided to put on the midline as a deterrent to protect his vulnerable mech. So the Terminator basically is a beast that has sticky goo, so it can basically stun enemy. His charm can also stun enemy, and then his main assault comes from his allergic reaction, which will do the bonus damage to enemy has been debuffed by his free energy Mystic Rush. And then finally his mech, as you can see here, is a basically a souped up version of a beast. It's got double knock throw, it's got heroic reward to keep drawing cards like he needs, and it's got sinister strike, which means if it does do critical strike, it will hurt. Now the only criticism I have of his mech, which is not really his fault, is the fact that his morale is not exactly high. 45 morale value is not as good as 61 morale value for a critical strike, because you need to have high morale in order to have critical strikes. I almost would think that it's better, probably, to have a morale booster card to boost his morale for the critical strike. However, it also seems like this build does not intend to focus on critical strikes. The pure amount of damage that is available from his card combination is, in a sense, more than enough to make up for the lack of critical strikes he will be getting. Okay, so the battle starts. You can see the cards in my hand, a very standard setup. There's nothing much I can talk about in the introduction for how the match will start, so let's just continue watching. I decided to throw a bit of a shield and a bit of a free energy regen so I can get a free card draw. He chooses to do nothing, so it's kind of anticipated that he's going to do some kind of damage this round, and as you can see, that's exactly what happens. I am saving my energy for a bigger combo from my hand that I can have. However, the enemy of course has a lot more offensive power than me, so he's hoping to take out one of my Axies this very turn. He's well within capable range of doing so given the cards that he has. It's just a matter of what card he chooses. So as you can see, my tank is basically a meat shield. I'm just trying to get as much use out of it as I can, get some energy. I threw in a bit of energy destruction in case he's saving some energy, but that's wasted effort because he didn't even save energy for me to destroy. And then in fact, you can see that he's so determined in taking out my plant. He actually timed it perfectly, taking out my plant even in last stand. So that's round 2 end. Round 3 approaches. I'm in full energy combo mode. I am pressured to attack. My main tank shield is gone. He has 3 Axes standing, 2 energy which is low, which means he's unlikely going to be able to defend any of his Axie. This is my opportunity to try and take someone down. So my train of thought here basically is I'm going to try my best to idle attack whatever Axie he has that is not moving. So if his plant is not moving, I will basically just attack the plant normally because it's the first Axie to be attacked. If the plant is not idle, then the target falls upon the reptile, which with this card combination I believe is enough to take out the reptile. But by the way, the reptile is actually the shade, sorry, it's a dusk Axie in the middle here. So in a sense, it puts him in a not so good situation where if he shields up the plant or he shields up the Terminator, the dusk Axie in the middle, then my attack likely will fall on his weakest Mech Axie at the very end there. So this hand from my play is relatively strong. The only mistake that I could commit here is if he were to make all three Axies not idle. So if you were to put cards on all three of his Axies, all three of them are doing something, then I will lose damage and I'll probably not be able to kill anything here other than maybe just the Mech. However, previous round I was counting energy. I could tell he only has 2 energy here. There is very low possibility of him making all 3 Axies not idle, so I decided to commit with this. And I also further follow up with my beast on a full beast combo, as you can see soon. So in this case he chose not to do anything, so it's a plan for a plant trade, and it was not much of an overkill, so that was a good energy payout on that end. So fortunately he decided not to do anything with his plant, or I would actually not be able to kill the plant. As you can see, his only idol was the plant. So he used his free energy Mystic Rush card just so that his Axie is not idle. And is following up with his beast, which is card draw because he attacks an Aqua, a bite, and I'm praying right now he doesn't crit, which didn't happen as expected somewhat because his morale is not as good. However, if it does crit, then that would have been very devastating. That could have just lost me the match right there, so I cut my blessings. So here's my beast to my counter attack. So as you can see, my beast is what people call a RIMP. RIMP basically means running, and then it has first strike, and then it has basically, you know, not throw and all that stuff. So the idea here is I want to do crit damage guaranteed when my crit card, which is my single combat, is combined with 2 other cards. So this is going to crit for sure. And then this other card, which is the Ivory Stab, this card will give me 1 free energy per crit. So since I'm guaranteed to crit with the first card, this card becomes effectively free. Not throw, just throw in there for additional damage. If it crits, then you also be free, and then so on and so forth. This is not meant to take anyone down. This is just meant to basically get energy back and just do some additional damage to set up the next round. Okay, so here we are, round 4. I got 3 energy, he has no energy. He committed basically pretty heavily to what he's doing, so he's got 90 shield put up somehow. Probably because he did put in some cards. I think he's putting up maybe Sticky Goo or something like that. Yeah, so here's Sticky Goo. Sticky Goo's going up. But basically, he doesn't have much energy left, and he's struggling to save his Axie from my onslaught. The energy advantage I have here allows me to put more damaging cards than normal, so he's split between his decision to save energy, to save his Axie, or to save for his combos for a counter attack. So you can see here, I'm not intending to really kill anyone, I'm just trying to distract him. When people are indecisive, they tend to make bad choices. So I'm just trying to take additional energy out of my Axies to prepare for my finish, basically. So here he attempts to take my fish, but I was half committed, so doesn't really get the job done. I'm able to gain 2 free energy from this one, so this sets up majorly for next round. It does kill my fish. Oh, no, not really. Okay, so his mech is disadvantaged against killing my fish. However, I wouldn't say this is too bad of an out turn for him. Actually, never mind, I take that back. It is pretty awful. What I was going to say was I could have committed a little bit further and take out his Dusk the previous run if I want to invest 1 more energy. However, I kind of cheaped out. That's all I could say. I decided not to because I was worried that if I put the card on my Aqua, there's a chance that, well, actually my Aqua doesn't have any more cards, so I couldn't have attacked with my Aqua. So if I attack with my Beast, then there's a chance my Beast cannot form a combo because there's not enough cards on my Beast. If I end up getting all the cards on the Aqua, then that would have been absolutely detrimental, as my Aqua is pretty much going to die this turn. And if my Aqua for some odd reason is not the first Axie to attack, then I would not be able to attack. All the cards I gained would have been useless. So it was a bit of a complicated planning that was going on before round, and I took my gamble. So this round, as expected, he's fully committed to killing my fish. And of course, I'm also fully committed with my beast to take out whatever left that is on the board. He has a lot of cards available for him to use, so he's got the options. However, it's low energy. I don't have any cards left. So at this point, I'm under a bit of a pressure to make sure I get a good hand draw to finish him, or that will be just the game, that's it. So I overcommit killing the fish because I absolutely need to make sure, also overcommit killing his Terminator because I absolutely need to make sure his Terminator is dead. His mech kills my fish, which is fine. Then my beast is going to attempt to finish off his mech. If my fish cannot finish off his mech, there is a chance I could survive for one more comeback. However, that would be a much closer call than if I could just finish him right here. So I choose go for the kill. And once again, I was actually expecting to go into last stand. However, the morale was not there and my attack actually critted. So this did not work out in his favor. And I just say a wrap on this match right here. Valuation wise, I would say his team probably costs on a range of $1,200 US or $1,100 US. For my budget build of about $600 to $800 US, that was a good victory there. And that's it for this single review. I will go over more review with you guys later. Look forward to see you guys check out my next battle log analysis. This is Nerf 13. See you guys later.